Welcome. Welcome back to the Suffer Up podcast with Nate and Ryan.
Welcome.
Hope you guys are all had an awesome weekend, as these are going to be coming at you on a Monday. Every Monday at 0500 Central Time, Suffer Up drops a new episode. So hope you enjoy what we have to say today. Today we're going to be talking about being a man.
Being a man.
A husband, and a father. All three things that Ryan and I are. We are men. We identify as men. There's only two genders in the world, and that is man and female. So, all right, that's it. All right. Yeah. You guys have an awesome week. No, for real, though, we're going to talk about, yes, we're going to talk about being a man, being a husband, being a father, and how to be the best version of that. We want to also take a moment and thank our sponsors, Sofsocs. Got them on right now. Best running sock ever made. We got a review on YouTube. I just did a 200-mile review on them. They have stood the test of some hard miles. We love them. If you'd like to get you a pair and protect your feet and enjoy your runs more and just be a better human by wearing them, you can go over to our link tree.
Guaranteed to make you a better man.
Yeah, they'll make you a better man. And if you're a woman, they also make you a better woman too. They're just all around great. So if you'd like to try on a pair or get a pair, we'd encourage you to do so. I don't think you'd be disappointed. You can go over to our link tree, click on the link there in the description of this podcast. We have a discount code SUFFER10. So check out our review on YouTube, Instagram. We are also on the Face page. You can check us all out on all those. So
MySpace. Are we on MySpace?
No, I forgot about MySpace, man. That's been forever. Or AOL Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
Or Yahoo.com. Yahoo Messenger. That was the way to talk to the girls in high school. You know, you had AOL and YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry.
Not YouTube.
Yahoo. So. All right, guys. Thanks again so much for tuning in. We've had a really good morning, had a good weekend, and we are excited to be talking about our topic today.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about what it's like to be a man, this conversation kind of hit home when Ryan actually texted me. He's like, dude, we need to talk about just being a good husband. Because I'm just seeing all this stuff about just dudes not stepping up and leading. And then I witnessed a few things recently where you've got a man in the house, but he's being a little kid. And I'm sorry if any of what we are about to say offends you.
Nope.
I know.
Not sorry.
I'm going to quit being apologetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this does offend you, do us a favor and just look in the mirror and have a conversation with the dude you're talking to.
If this offends you, you're probably the guy that needs to hear this.
Yeah. And I will also just put a preface out there that Ryan and I are not claiming to be perfect at any of these. These are just some experiences and things that we found and what we're striving for here at Suffer Up.
Yeah.
Our mission is to encourage and lead others to suffer with a purpose and to level up in life with an emphasis on spiritual, mental, and physical well-being.
We're on the journey.
We're on the journey with you.
We're inviting you guys to come on the journey with us.
That's it. So I'm going to start off with just a couple stats. I did a little bit of homework on this one.
All right.
40 to 50% divorce rate in America in 2024.
That's awful.
1 in 4 kids will live without a male figure in their life. That's not even a father.
Dad, just a male figure.
A strong male figure to mentor them.
Wow.
So looking at that, basically you got a 50-50 shot at the marriage working, right?
Based on the stats,
right? Yeah. We have a little bit of a different view in that marriage is a sanctity and it's designed by God to be till death do us part, right? We understand that in the Bible, we're not going to get into it today, but the Bible does talk about there are some circumstances, very small, but there are some circumstances where divorce is justified. We're not going to go over that today. But you're in it for the long haul.
Noting that should be the exception.
Yes.
Like you said, very few circumstances. So
Yes.
this 40 to 50% number is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of people quitting
on something that you swore to God that you were going to uphold.
Yeah.
And if you were divorced or whatever, like, we're not here to talk about divorce necessarily, but we are here to talk about with that statistic that it is I mean, it's chronic. Like it's everywhere. And we can look at other examples where people, a lot of it boils down to just poor communication in the home. They're not communicating.
Yep.
A lot of it boils down to disagreements, and I would say any disagreement also goes back to poor communication. You as a man, when you take that bride, you are to love her as Christ loved the church. That is your responsibility. That is your duty to her and to God. So if you're not doing it for her, do it for God. Love your wife and take care of her, cherish her, and love her for all that she is, just as Christ died on the cross for the church, for us. So if that doesn't carry any weight with you, then you should really, again, look in the mirror, right? It's a very, very important topic. But with that, requires the man to be a leader of the home. And a phrase that I'm also going to throw out there is, and it's backed by scripture as well, of if you can't lead yourself, how do you expect to lead your home? And so we'll start with that.
Yeah.
Leading yourself. What does that look like?
Yeah. I think that looks like you doing the things that need to be done, not necessarily for your family and for your household, but the things that you as a man need to be doing, taking care of yourself, getting up, going to work, whatever they may be. You need to do your things first. It's kind of like the airplane mask analogy. You put your mask on first and then you help the others around you. If you're not taking care of yourself and not doing the things that you need to do, then how do you expect to lead others? Yeah. And others aren't going to want to follow you when they see you not stepping up and doing what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to be someplace, be there.
Yeah.
Don't break promises.
Yeah. Now, being a leader as a whole it carries a lot of weight and responsibility. And when you take that oath to be married to somebody, you are leading her because she should be submitting to you. Wives, submit yourself to your husbands. But it's a team thing.
Yeah.
Like you're working together as a team. She should honor and respect the decision that you're making. But I'll tell you this right now.
Trust.
Yeah.
And trust that decision.
Mm-hmm. But I tell you guys this right now. If you're a turd, you are not giving her good reason to follow you. So if you're always on your phone and rather come home from work, sit on the couch, than not help her with the duties of the house, you don't refuse to take out the trash and you refuse to do the dishes and you're just being a turd, what kind of example does that set for her? So if you are not willing to step up and lead by example, then she has every right to be upset with you. And so don't get upset with her when she's getting frustrated or expressing her frustrations with you, because you need to look at yourself first. Now, in hindsight, the role of leadership, it's a give and take, right? So you need to be able to set the example and what that looks like in your house, but that requires you setting expectations. Expectations are expressed. My wife will not know what my expectations are of her if I don't express them.
If you don't communicate.
And likewise, what your wife expects out of you needs to be communicated. It sounds so simple, but go back to the stat, 40 to 50% of marriages in the United States will fail.
I'm going to go off on a little side tangent here.
Yeah.
I think that stat scares people. And actually the thing that I brought up to you a couple weeks ago when we talked about doing this episode was that I know a lot of guys that are in relationships, long-term relationships with children that aren't married. Mm-hmm. Them and their significant other have children together, live in the same house, but have chosen not to get married. And to me, biblically, that's obviously not correct, and goes against what God instructs us to do. But also, I just feel like it sets the tone for that whole household to not be as good as it could be. I mean, if you can't trust each other to commit to a lifelong marriage
commitment,
then how in the world it breeds a lot of other things in the house. Like, what are your kids seeing? You're seeing mom and dad, but mom and dad aren't married. So do mom and dad actually love each other, or are they just living in the same house for my benefit
Right.
as a kid? Like, there's just so many other things that go with that. Like, what do you think holds people back other than that statistic? And they're just thinking, oh, it's not worth doing because we're just going to get divorced like everyone else.
I think it's a lack of commitment. Like,
Yeah.
they're scared to commit to something. Think about, I mean, shoot, man, the commitment, like, just as a whole, you got to commit. You got to say, like, yep, you're it, babe. It's you and me, ride or die. Let's go. And that scares a lot of men. It scares them. Like, they don't want to be committed. They want to have a way out. I think that's
Always
part of
looking
it.
for a way out.
Yeah. Always having a way out. Now you're making excuses. So
it's like a self-preservation thing. They're trying to protect themselves and possibly claiming to protect others by saying, you know, like, we're not going to force this.
Or they want to protect their finances because they're worried about a divorce. They're already committing to divorce before they even committed.
Already thinking about it.
Yep. Which is sad.
I heard a guy recently talking about how him and his wife went to divorce counseling right after they got married, just so that they could hear all the reasons that people normally get divorced and like hear how they should work through these things.
Interesting.
So that they could get ahead of the problems and be like, okay, well, these are the things to look out for, and these are the ways that we can prevent it instead of correcting it later.
Yeah.
Let's be preventative.
Yeah.
It's like going to the doctor for a checkup instead of going after you find out that you've got something wrong.
Right.
One's a lot easier on you, but it takes that proactive commitment to go, I'm going to go to the doctor every year, get my blood work, and check on this.
Yeah.
So we're going to check on these things. And I think too many guys sit back and don't put in the work to be preventative. Instead, they just want to be retroactive and like, oh no, how do I clean up this mess? Or they're already thinking about the mess and, oh, how would I clean this up? Well, it'd be easier if we weren't married.
Yep.
And you got that in the back of your mind the whole time. And again, that overflows into your whole life.
Yeah.
That's not what being a man is.
No, absolutely not. And it's not how God designed it.
Exactly.
And so we were created in his image, and that's not how God designed it. Despite what you feel about religion, God designed you. God made you. So there was no big slap or clap or bang. Like, none of that happened. God designed you. And the way that he designed you is of one flesh. And to be one flesh is to be married in the sanctity of who he is. And so your relationship should mirror the relationship that we have with Christ. And so, and if it doesn't, that is not blessed by God. And too often, God is not in the homes, and he's not a part of it. And that ultimately creates the fall of the marriage, and that's sin. That's sin entering the home and not having victory over it. But yeah, leading your home, and we'll kind of like segue into leading your kids as well with that. So if your children they should see that you love their mommy above anything else, and that you protect her, you provide for her, you love her, you adore her. She is,
you respect her.
She is, as the Bible says, like a fine jewel. And it's such a beautiful picture that the Bible lays out for us. But if you're not doing those things, and if you're not pouring into her like you should with a lot of love and affection, then you're not doing what God has designed you to do.
Yeah. And it's not just hurting your spouse or your children or your marriage. It's hurting you as a man as well. 1 Peter 3:7 says, husbands, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives, and treat them with respect as the weaker partner and as heirs with you of the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers. So you're supposed to be with each other in this gracious life.
Yeah.
This is a gift of life, and you can't do it by yourself. You're not designed to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So when you don't make that commitment and don't allow your significant other to do things with you, then you both struggle independently, you both struggle together, and your family struggles because of that.
Yeah. What version of scripture was that?
NIV.
NIV? Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to like I actually wrote that down on my notes as well, that same exact verse. I'm going to read it in the King James Version just because I'm not as familiar with that version, and I want to put a couple emphases on the words that the King James Version uses. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor to the wife as the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. If that doesn't resonate, that your prayers be not hindered, your prayers are going to be hindered if you don't give honor to your wife.
Yeah.
Like the gravity and the weight of that should resonate with you about how serious God takes marriage and how serious your role is as a man, as a husband, and as a father. This verse is speaking more to the relationship with wife.
Yeah, but, man with his wife.
Yeah.
But it says, and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
Yes.
That means that you are not the heir to God's kingdom as a man. Man is not the heir. Yeah. Woman is not the heir.
Yeah.
You guys are the heir together of the grace of life.
Yeah.
That grace was given to us together, not one or the other.
Yeah.
So, and I think that that's amplified today in today's society where the feminist movement is taking over.
Yeah.
Or it feels like it sometimes at least. And men are being told to shut up and sit down and
they're belittled.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be less manly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely hindering this. But that verse right there addresses it, that you're heirs together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about man. It's not about woman. It's about what you two can do together. You're designed to accomplish things together.
Yeah. That's a good segue into the point that I was also going to drive home of why. It's kind of rhetorical. We're going to talk about it, but why is masculinity in today's society watered down so much in the media, social media, movies, everything? Like, just think of a random movie like Finding Nemo. Okay. Nemo's dad is almost seen. Yeah, he's out looking for his son, but the wife in Nemo like belittles him almost as though he's like incompetent. So why is it even in the media that the man is almost seen as incompetent?
Well, he's a clownfish. Like,
well, that too.
He's portrayed as a clown.
Yeah,
really.
Mm-hmm.
They could have chose any fish, and they chose a clownfish.
Yeah,
and he acts like a clown.
Yeah,
the whole movie while he's trying to find his son.
Yeah, and he relies on Dory to help him, a female fish. Like, I'm not saying that you can't lean and like work together, man, female, whatever.
Yeah,
but you look across like any sitcom, anything, it's like the man is perceived as being like incompetent or just like a peon. And like that's not how it's supposed to be. I think that a lot of men did that to themselves to be perceived as that, and that like the watering down of masculinity.
Yeah, out of the desire to be liked or thought more highly of, maybe by some people.
Right. Now, you know the old saying of like, she's always right. Like, my wife's always right. That's a safe bet of like, I'm just, yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear, which is good. You know, like
But that's a decision that you're making as the husband to honor your wife.
Yep.
And say, you know what? She's probably right.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could say like, we could get in a little bit of a disagreement and say, you know, you're always right. It's kind of like just a jovial comment, but
a little prod.
Yeah. But the conversation can be followed up with, okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this or whatever. But yeah, it's so watered down now to where men are perceived as just like nothing. And that is not how it's designed to be. And women are like almost mocking the dad in front of the kids. And I think a lot of that's being adopted into homes now as reality. And the man isn't willing to step up and lead. So I'd be willing to bet that if the wife saw the man as like he's faithful, he's honorable, he's fair, he's true to his word, he's true to God. Like he hits all that. She admires him, she adores him because of who he is, and she feels safe with him in that, okay, I know that whatever decision he makes in this point, I'm going to follow him through that. But I can also express my concerns as the wife of like, okay, I don't know how I feel about that yet. Explain some more. Those are all healthy conversations, right?
Yep.
But the word submission, like submitting to your husband's, is you're going to ultimately honor his decision, good or bad.
But you're doing that in good faith and trust that your husband is doing or deciding whatever it is that he's doing or deciding to honor you.
Correct.
As the wife and to protect you and exalt you as Christ did the church.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's a mutual level of trust and honoring each other there that one has to have. Your wife's not going to honor you if she doesn't feel like what you're doing is for her benefit.
Right.
You know, if she feels like this is going to negatively impact her, why would she want to honor you? If you've shown in the past that your decisions lead to negative results, then why would she want to continue trusting you to go down that path? She's going to step in and say, I don't think this is right, and I don't trust you to make this decision. Yeah.
Maybe the previous actions that were demonstrated by that man justifies her emotions to feel that way. And that's something that needs to be worked through.
Yep. That's something that needs to be talked about, communicated, and if she's going to trust you again, you better step up and show her why she can.
Yeah. Yeah, showing that initiative of growth and being better. I've got a good story that kind of ties in nicely with this. We just recently recorded, or I don't know when this episode's going to air, but my wife Lauren was on here and we kind of talked about what that was like to be a first responder wife. And there was a time, we didn't talk about it in that episode, but I'll bring it up now. There was a time when I was not I was a turd. Like I was not a good dad or a good husband during that time of my life. My wife did a phenomenal job at being faithful and true and being patient with me. Through a lot of hard conversations, she was able to kind of help me find healing and all that. But there was a moment in our relationship, I was cleaning my daughter's room up or something. She was really small. And I opened up her closet door. And I don't know if she knows this or not. So if you're listening, I'm going to go ahead and say it. But I opened up my daughter's closet door. And I get a little emotional talking about it, but I opened up my daughter's closet door. And on the door was a piece of paper, and it said Nate on the top, and it had a list of things that she was praying for me about, and she never told me about it. And she was intentionally praying for specific things that I was struggling with. And she was intentionally praying in her prayer closet for me. And when I saw that, I broke down. That was part of like the turn for me, was like, wow. And the things on there were like that he would be a better dad, that he would have more patience, that he would be less angry, that he would find fulfillment in his job, that he would quit the bad habits that he was doing. Like all things that I was not proud of, and she was praying for him as a help me.
Yeah.
And she was there alongside me during that time, and I didn't even know about it until I happened to find the piece of paper. And that hit so much weight of like, I have not been a good leader. I have not been a good example, but my wife is still submitting, and she's still alongside me through this. And we worked through all those things and found victory on the other side of it because we were true and faithful to each other through that entire time. And I say that for the wives listening, if your husband if he's not doing what you think he should be doing, you need to pray for him and you need to give it to God.
Yeah.
But yeah,
don't throw it in his face.
Right.
In fact, don't throw those negative things in his face. Don't even use those as points to say, oh, honey, I'm praying for you to do better at these things, because that's really in a roundabout way still throwing it in his
Mocking
face.
him.
Yeah. Do it in private. Just pray for him. It's between you and God and your spouse, but you can pray for them with God without them even knowing.
Right.
It's not going to hurt them in any way.
Right.
The only thing it could do is good.
Yep.
So do that. That's a great thing.
Yeah. And on that point too, God obviously made us different. I opened up this episode as like there's two genders, a male and female, right?
Yeah, I remember we lost like half our listeners.
Yeah, we did.
No, I'm just kidding. Our listeners know that.
Yes. But if you're a wife, I'll talk to the wives first, and I'll talk to the men. If you're a wife listening to this, make your man feel like a man. Tell him, give him good words of affirmation. Tell him like, hey, thanks so much for cutting the grass today. You looked really good out there. Whatever.
Hand him the pickle jar. Let him open it.
Yeah, let him open the pickle jar for you, even if you have strong hands and you can open it. Enable him and say like, hey, babe, I really need this light bulb changed. I don't know how. Can you help me do it? That's like, yeah, I got this, babe. I'm going to change this light bulb. But let him be a man. Not teach him, but like give him opportunities to be a man.
Give him the opportunities. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the man.
Yeah. You want to hit that one?
Take the opportunities.
Yes.
She says she needs a light bulb change. Don't be like, the light bulbs are in the laundry room. You can do it.
Yep.
If she says she needs help with the pickle jar, oh, I know you got strong hands. You got this. I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
No. Get up off your lazy butt.
Yep.
And go do the thing that she's asking you to do. Go be the man.
Yeah. It's simple.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if you see an opportunity that she hasn't asked, that's even better. They love that.
Yep.
Women love that.
Yes.
If you see an opportunity to step up and be the man, cool, take it.
Yeah.
Don't just let it go.
Yep.
Don't be like, oh, well, she didn't ask me to do that.
Yes.
No, go jump after that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll notice. Maybe she won't. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is that you're stepping up and proving to her, and like she may not notice in that moment, but when she thinks back about it, she'll be like, oh, that got done and I didn't do it. That must have been him.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Or maybe she'll notice right then and be like, wow, thank you so much. I love you.
Yeah.
It's not a lose situation, guys. Even if she doesn't notice right then, so what?
Yep.
You did something positive.
Yep. Yeah, and giving those words back of affirmation that you notice those things too.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of guys out there that are out there killing it, and the wives don't notice it. They might notice it, but they're not telling him. That
communication goes both ways.
Yeah.
A guy should be like, oh, thank you for asking me to do that. Like, it's kind of vulnerable, but you can be like, thank you for needing me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We
thanks
want
for
to be
wanting
needed.
me.
Yeah.
Thanks for wanting me to help you with this.
Yeah.
Instead of just figuring it out on your own or pulling up YouTube and doing this thing by yourself.
Yep.
Thank you for wanting me to help. And women likewise can very easily say, thank you for doing this thing.
Yeah.
Men crave that.
Yes, we do. We need to hear that. We need to hear the, like, you did good.
The pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
We all just need a pat on the back.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's totally healthy, especially in marriage. And also on that point of, like, just doing things there, my wife and I have only ever had disagreement. We've never truly like fought where we're like separate rooms, got to leave each other. Like we've had some disagreements that were slightly heated, but the two things that have caused us to have a disagreement. One was about laundry. She does not want me touching the laundry. She'll let me wash my laundry, but that's her thing. She does not like it because I mess it up. Like if it's either light or dark and they can all go in the same basket and go in the same load, she sees it differently, which is fine. Men and women are created differently. And the other thing is hanging things on the wall. And we're hanging this picture, right? And she wants it on the wall. She wants it in this specific spot. She can see it in her head, and this is where she wants it. So I go up and I put it up there. I said, you want it right here? She said, yep. I mark it. I nail one side, and then I go to the other side, and I nail it. She's like, it's not level. I said, I promise it's level. She's like, no, it's not. Okay, I need you to move it this way. Okay, so you move it. No, wait, go back. Okay, no, go up just a little bit. And now we're like a 32nd of an inch off from the original hole.
14 nail holes later.
Yes. So then I started like, okay, fine. You know what? We're not going to argue about whether this picture's level or not, or if it's centered. The tape there's two things that never lie in life: the tape measure and the level. The bubble never lies.
Tape measures can't lie.
They can because of the little thing at the end. Yeah. Well, just bear with me, okay? The tape measure lines are there. Like they're correct.
Yeah.
So you measure the center of the picture.
Do you use the same tape measure? I'll save that analogy.
When I'm hanging one picture,
same tape
yes.
measure for the same task.
Yes.
If it's even on both sides, like if it's the same,
yep.
then it doesn't lie.
Then
You're
it doesn't lie, right? No, you take it.
A different tape measure.
Two different. A Stanley and a DeWalt tape measure might read a little differently, but at the end of the day, when I hang my pictures, I've got a tape measure that is in my drill box.
Yep.
That's the only one that comes out.
It's the picture hanging tape measure.
Yep, that's it. And so, you run the tape.
Accurate.
You put a little mark on the picture, you measure center, and then you go out from your corners, and then you measure the wall if you want it centered in the wall. You can find dead center. You line the lines up, and then you put the level on there after nailing your first hole, and you figure out your height. You level it out. The bubble never lies. And you drive your other nail in there, and you're done.
There you go, man. Now you know how to hang a picture.
Yep. It's that simple. But at the end of that conversation, I walked away. I said, Lauren, the bubble never lies. The picture is level. I'm done. What that didn't do was my wife is trying to create a home, right? That means a lot to her that I'm hanging this picture, but she wants to create a home. And that means a lot that the picture's on the wall, and she wants it done a certain way.
Yeah.
And I can show love in that way of like, just hang the picture, Nate, however she wants it. If it's off a little bit, it's off a little bit. But let her build that home, and you're showing love by allowing her to make her nest and her home the way that she wants it.
Is that why there's only one picture on your wall, Nate?
Okay, my walls are kind of bare. We haven't had time to, I don't want to say time, that's an excuse, but we have not prioritized that of decorating our house. But in Georgia, we had a lot more pictures up on the wall and stuff.
Because you live in like a sterile environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very limited distractions on your walls, we'll call it.
Yeah. Now, I have a dead animal on my wall, and I've got a deer that I'm proud of, and it's on the wall. But
she allows that.
Well, in Georgia, we had a bonus room, and so I put the deer up on the wall up there, and it was out of sight, out of mind. We call it Bucky. And so she was fine with it being up there. It was like a little man cave or whatever. Well, we downsized to a smaller house, and I'm like, Bucky's got to go somewhere. Where's he going to go? Our bedroom? She's
right
like,
above
no.
your bed.
Yeah. I said, like, right over the headboard,
Every woman's dream.
Yeah. Just like wake up and see Bucky. But through a lot
He's
of
watching us.
Yes. I was like, well, I could put him in the garage, but if I put him in the garage, like the Florida humidity, it's going to ruin the mount. And I didn't want to do that. I've had it since I was like 13. I shot it. It was one of my first nice bucks I ever shot. And Lauren came to me one day and with like this little smirk, she's like, okay, I want to tell you something. I said, what's up? I'm okay with Bucky being in the living room. I said, really? She's like, yep. I did not hesitate. I went and grabbed that hammer and I drove that nail into that stud, and I had that thing up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But she gave, I use that example of like she was willing to do that because she knew it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet, we can do this now, And so back to kind of like the original topic. Showing love in those ways allows your man to be a man. And likewise, men have a sense of care and affection and do those things for your wife. And you're showing love to her and allowing her to be a woman. Allow her to be a woman. You guys are made differently. You guys think differently. You process your emotions differently. Just allow those things to happen and exemplify who she is as a woman. And that's a beautiful thing. So enjoy that and allow her to be that is essentially what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And have patience with her. I mean, like she wants you to hang a picture on the wall. She tells you to hang it there. You hang it there. And then she's like, doesn't look the way I thought it would. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Have some patience. Be like, all right, where do you want it? We'll move it.
Yeah.
You're a man, remember? You can patch a hole in a wall. You can repaint that one little spot.
A little bit of spackle and some paint. You're good to go.
It's all good.
Yep.
So, just be the man. Be like, all right, guess what? I hung that thing. I can rehang it.
Yep.
Put it somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Meet her needs. whatever those needs are. If you haven't done like the love language test, it's a cool little test you can do to figure out what those needs are. Which is words of affirmation, physical touch, affection, all those things. Find out what her love language is and what shows, because my love language is different than hers. So if I can oftentimes find myself providing my love language to her because that's how I feel love, but that might not be hers. So you need to express that.
Yeah, it's only natural that you would do what you like towards someone else because you think that they're going to like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hers might be acts of service and yours might be affection and touch. And so you go giving her hugs all the time and she's like, you never do anything. And you're like, I hug you all the time.
Yeah, right.
But she just wants you to do the dishes.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yep.
That is a very valuable thing. My wife and I did that when we did pre-marriage counseling. We did the love language test and learned that stuff about each other. And I would recommend doing it every so often, like every 10 years or something in marriage, because people change.
Yeah.
And also people forget and need to be reminded of things.
Yeah.
Especially us men.
Yeah.
So do it again sometime and make sure that your love language hasn't changed and that you guys are keeping that in the front of your mind and thinking, okay, how do I serve my spouse?
Yeah. Yeah, have a servant mindset in your relationship too. We didn't really hit on it real hard, but also with fathering your children, that's just a whole nother episode that we hope to do. But if you're the man of the house, you need to also pour into your kids too. And because your two biggest commitments in life, although work does provide and you're providing for your family through work, but that should not be the center. Your home, your wife, and your kids should be of the utmost priority. If you can't lead your home, if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead your home effectively. So pour into your kids. Be the dad that your kids will look up to. Don't be a turd and just be a man.
Don't be a fat.
Yeah. Yes. And, Ryan and I actually just had a really good conversation prior to this episode starting of like, why do we run and all that kind of stuff. And it means a lot to us that our kids see us bettering ourselves physically, and you're setting that example for them so that they're not lazy when they get older, and they know what hard work is, and they know what dedication looks like.
They know what it takes to achieve a result.
Yeah.
That things don't just happen instantly. Things aren't. We live in a society today that's full of instant gratification, and you think, somebody could apply that to anything and think, I'm going to go run a marathon. Yeah. And you sign up for a marathon and you try and go run it. Good luck. I mean, you may be able to finish it, but it's not going to go as good as it could have, and you're not going to do as good as you could have if you even can complete it without training and doing some work beforehand.
Yeah.
So we just want to show our kids that you can do hard things if you put your mind to it and you put the work in leading up to that. The same goes for your normal life. If you want to be a good dad, you want to be a good husband, you have to put the work in.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to be given to you, and nothing comes overnight.
Yeah.
It all takes work. It all takes effort. And like the reason for us doing some of these ultras and longer stuff, some things seem impossible, but we're proving that if you work towards that impossible goal and you chip away at it day after day after day, eventually that impossible thing looks really, really achievable.
Yeah.
And then you actually accomplish it.
Yeah.
And man, you've just proven to yourself and others, like your kids looking around going, wow, you can do these crazy things. Like this thing that I thought was impossible isn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's a powerful thing to do as a father.
Yeah. And they'll admire you and look up to you through it. I mean, lately the kids I came home this morning actually, and Lexi looked at me and said, Daddy, you think we could go to the pool today and swim? And then I told her, not today. We've got a lot going on this afternoon, and Mommy has to go to work. And then she said, well, can we go to the track then and run? I'm like, I've got something planned tonight, Lexi. We'll do it. But like now she like yearns to do those things because it's kind of become
it's
part.
Like, can Mr. Ryan teach us how to swim?
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah.
No.
They just finished up swim lessons, so they can now float in the water, kind of. So it's a work in progress. But
it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen overnight, and they know that they need to work on it. And, you were with my daughter for that little bit, showing her some stuff with your swimming knowledge.
Yeah.
She was uncomfortable in that, but she worked through it and was able to put her face in the water and blow the bubbles and do all the things.
Her and Brant both are like willing to put in the work and try, and neither of them, well, they're both kids, and the kid thing to do is be ambitious and like, I can swim now.
Yeah.
And so you have to remind them like, hey, no, you can't actually swim. You know, you've got floaties on right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm right here holding you so you're not drowning.
Right.
But both of them, I think, are starting to realize that, you know, I'm getting better. I'm improving, but it's going to take more work.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing to get through.
Instill that into your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a man. Be a leader. Be fair, honest, and true to your word and to your family. And let's together build strong homes.
Yeah.
Homes that honor God and love each other, a safe space to come home to and retreat to. And that your home should really show your relationship of man and wife in the sanctity of marriage.
I got a little one-liner.
Let's hear it.
Where you see lacking, take action.
I like it. Where you see lacking, take action.
If you see that something needs to be done, do it.
Yeah.
If you see that somebody needs help with something, help them.
Yep.
Take the action. Prove to yourself and to those around you that you are trustworthy and dependable, and that you'll be there when they call on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what being a man is.
That's it. That's it. You got anything else?
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
No.
Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into the Suffer Up podcast with Nate and Ryan. Guys, we want to connect with you. We want to hear from you. If you guys, if this podcast or any other previous podcast really that we've done has meant anything to you, the feedback is always appreciated, and we absolutely love it. We're still getting feedback from you guys, but I just want to continue to encourage you as our listeners to please give us feedback. If there's a topic or anything that you guys want to hear us talk about here in the shop, or something that you maybe disagree on that we could have a meaningful conversation about, please hit us up in the link tree in the description of this podcast. You can find our email there. You can shoot us an email. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find us is fine.
Yeah. Be active in this community, guys. We're building this as a community.
Yeah.
And Nate's really good about posting stuff all the time on Instagram. Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
So you guys repost the stuff. Add your own thoughts in there. Like we want to see you guys. We want to see what you have to say. We want to see what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And how you're using what we're talking about, or if you think differently on it, like disagree with us. Tell us what you're thinking. And I post Wednesday workouts most Wednesdays, so get on there, do one of those, and post your time, or give me a thumbs up so I know that I'm making a good workout.
Yeah, they're good workouts. Yeah, for sure.
Just get out there and be a part of this community. Don't just be a what's it called? Don't just be a consumer.
There you go.
Yeah, don't just be a consumer of this. Be somebody who creates also.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping any of us with cell phones these days from creating.
Yep.
So turn around and create and try and build the community. Try and share any positive thing that you're getting out of this. Try and share it with someone else.
That's it. And we'll give you a shout out too on there. I'm constantly watching for people doing stuff. And so we'll reach out to you if we see it, and we'll, comment on it and give you guys a thumbs up and keep after it and all that stuff. So keep grinding, keep working. Don't just physically work as well. Get after it and try to build up your home and strengthen your home, strengthen your marriage, guys. And let's make this community strong, and let's make manhood great again.
I was hoping you were going to say it. I was going to say, let's make men great again.
Yeah, let's make manhood great again. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We love you guys dearly, and we are so honored and blessed to be here on the Suffer Up podcast with you guys. You guys have an awesome week. Get after it, stay after it, and be stronger today, each and every day.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Suffer up.
Suffer up.